Hey, I'm William, and I just want to make a video because I have this idea in my mind that I've been asked a couple times that I have asthma, and how do I run with my asthma? Like, how do I run the distances I do and as fast I do? I run cross country, and I'll run 3 miles in 15:43. So people ask me, how do you train? Does it hinder you? In my experience, it has hindered me my freshman year. I was going well, but I always knew in the back of my mind when it started getting colder that I was going to start having major problems. That exactly happened. I was running races and my asthma started flaring up, and I was like, had to walk one of them, and it was just unacceptable to me. Had to go to my doctor, and she put me on discus and other stuff. So I'm just trying to make this video of how to, for those of you who have asthma that play sports, that run, and even if you're just a recreational runner running for fun, or if you're trying to get better, this is a video that how you can do it. My first thing is, so many athletes that do have asthma do this stupid thing where they like wait till they have an asthma attack in their competition or in their practice to then take their inhaler. And I'm not going to lie, you have to wait a couple minutes. So if you're running, that couple minutes actually is very precious to you, and that screws up your time of how good you could have been. If you're playing soccer, that's nothing. Football, anything else, it doesn't matter. But in running, it's kind of big. So my thing is, if you know you're going to have an asthma flare-up from your practice, from the amount of work you do what I do, what me and my doctor have done, and what a lot of other people do. You take your inhaler before you actually practice. Like 15, 20 minutes, I usually do about 20, half hour. Before big competition meets and games, I run. So before my meets, I take it like 40, 50 minutes before I even run. And when I run, the medicine goes quicker in your body, so it makes the medicine speed up in your system so it works better. Another thing is, know your triggers. Everyone has different triggers. Mine is pollen, mold, cold air, and my emotions. If my emotions get high, my asthma flares up. So the emotion things you just keep under control. The stuff like pollen and cold air and stuff like that and dry air, there's stuff that can help you. I run with a face mask when the pollen gets high. It's still kind of damp from yesterday. I had to run some 200-meter repeats, weren't it? Yeah, I wear this, the Mewtwo face mask. It actually is the same brand of face mask that Galen Rupp runs in, and it's 10,000-meter meet at the 2012 Prefontaine Classic, or was it 2011? I don't know. Anyways, that doesn't matter. Same face mask he uses. It really is breathable. Has a little nose clip here for it to fit your face. You may have to adjust it every once in a while if you know, has Velcro straps, and it kind of stretches across your face so it gets a good fit, and it stays on the whole time. The only down part is it does have anywhere for the moisture to go out, so it kind of collects at the bottom here. That's what's still wet from yesterday. You breathe perfectly normal in it, and I love it. I think it's a good buy if you have asthma and you want to keep competing. And my other thing is, cold air is a big trigger to me, and it's a big trigger to a lot of asthmatics. So the face mask I just showed you warms up your breath. So if you're in that situation where it's cold and pollen's out there, which is kind of rare unless you're in like Oregon or some other place in the world where pollen's really high, you can wear that. My other thing I bought, this one cost me $60 for something that's so simple. This is my Cold Avenger Talus face mask that people wear when they go out on like mountain expeditions and stuff like that. It's very simple. The filtering system is actually just this little plastic piece here that moves back and forth, but it controls the airflow that goes out. So you breathe really easy going in, but the air going out is where it doesn't restrict your breathing, but that's how it warms up. You can change it and move the little thingy all around. It actually does make a difference. I wore it during the race with this all the way down, and when I started running faster during my 2 mile and track, I had a point to where I was trying to kick and actually just started collapsing. Oop. Oh, my screen went black. Anyways, thing where the things are sucking in and started getting annoying. So I had to rip it off, but you can change it. Once again, Velcro. Trying to show you the Velcro here. Very nice. I like it. Fits to your face. If you wear glasses, it's gonna suck because when you're running it, the air blows out, fogs up your glasses. Sucks. So if you have that problem, they have a nose pad that comes with them when you first buy them, so that you could put on there that keeps it from fogging up. Other than that, you just keep it and plug it on. It feels weird at first, but after you're running it for a while, it starts feeling really comfortable. This one, a lot of people say it's gross because this actually does have ventilation for the moisture in your breath that comes out, and it collects and it drips out the bottom here. So when you run, you'll see a whole thing of moisture piled up in there, and a lot of times I like taking up to people's faces, and it's pretty funny when they freak out about it. Another thing is, if you're in athletics and you're going to go in athletics, see your doctor about your asthma. If it's starting to give you problems, you may need a bronchodilator, a long-acting inhaler, like I do. I have Advair discus. I take the yellow. I take the yellow one. I used to be on green, then I went to yellow because my asthma started getting worse my junior year. So I'm going to my senior. She had to bump that up, and another trigger came up where I haven't had it before in the years past, but my pollen actually started to become one of my triggers. So she put me on a pollen. Not pollen, an allergy medicine that's specific for asthmatics. Has the genetics of singulair. It's called Montalask. I'm on 10 milligrams of that, so it works pretty well. I had any problems when I raced in it. Sadly, when I went up to my state meet, still ran in it. The cold air still. Before I got my face mask, I ran in cold air. Still had an asthma attack during my race, so sucked there. Another thing is, when you first start running, you just want to get your workouts done. If you have to walk a little bit, walk a little bit. It's not going to hurt you. You have asthma, or if you take your inhaler before you do, you should be able to go. So if you're having trouble breathing, that shouldn't be your asthma. It's just you being out of shape compared to everyone else. It's not going to hurt you to keep going. Trust me. It may hurt for a while. Unless you're wheezing, then you stop. If you're not wheezing, you're just labored, out of breath, keep going. It's not going to kill you. Another thing I do when I train is I run in the morning and I run at night when the pollen's low, and also because of the heat in the summer. So I have all these things that help me keep going with my asthma. Also, you don't really use it as a crutch. Don't let it become a crutch. If you get tired and out of breath, don't say, oh, it's my asthma, I need to walk. Like, that's probably the most pitiful excuses I've heard. I've heard some people use that when I compete with them. Another thing is, don't be one of those people that know they have asthma, but continue to try and I don't need my medicine, and run and start wheezing and I'll be fine and keep going. And know your limits, man. If you know you can't run a couple miles or you can't run 3 minutes without your inhaler, then you gotta take your inhaler. Take your inhaler. Don't be stupid. Because your goal is to live a life without having asthma flare-ups. So if you have more asthma flare-ups, your doctor's gonna have to put you on more medicines to keep those under control. And the goal in life that I set the bar to is the less medicines you have to take, the better. It makes it a lot easier. Other tip I have for people that have asthma that run is, other than don't let it become a hindrance, is know your body, know your triggers. If you know you're having asthma troubles, maybe run with someone. So if something happens and you pass out on the ground, that person can call 911. You need a person to sit there and help you out so nothing happens to you. I really don't have any other tips. Strengthen 2 strengthening exercises, breathing exercises I do. Learn to push with your diaphragm, breathe with your diaphragm, not your chest. That's something you learn over time. Just don't let it become a hindrance. Talk to your doctor. Get a plan set out. That really helps out. That's really what your #1 thing should be doing when you do sport and you know you have asthma. You find out what your doctor says you should do with it. Don't just jump in and unprepared about it, and then you're passing out, and then your coach is probably going to cut you from the team, and then you're going to be like, no, it's just my asthma, and not going to look good for you. Then you're going to look stupid, and that's really not a good look for you. If you're trying to want to be best, I want to be #1, you're stupid because blah, blah, blah. Know your limits, know your body's limits. Another thing I do when I race, if your asthma does start flaring up a bit, but it's a little bit, so it's not like you can keep going, but you can't push the pace, start breathing through your nose. Breathe through your nose a lot. That really helps. It warms up your air, and it creates an altitude training effect, so your body will, not only will it get more used to less oxygen, so when you breathe through your mouth, your body's like, yeah, and you dominate. When you breathe through your nose, it humidifies your air that you breathe in, so you're not breathing in dry air, which is a common asthma flare-up. So try training breathing through your nose. If you shoot hoops and you want to back and forth, try going back and forth, breathing through your nose. It's hard, yeah, it's hard, it sucks. I tried running 7 miles breathing through my nose. Guess how that went? I made it 2 miles 5, and then I was like, fuck it, I'm done. Let's go. Started breathing through my mouth. Lose through the last 2 miles. I was like, hey, I like this. Those are the tips I have. Hope this really helps you. Again, you want to know this is called Talus Cold Avenger face mask. The Mewtwo sports mask. This costs $35 plus shipping and handling. So that's like total all shipping and handling is $35. The Talus face mask costs $60. So unless you really like, I got the Talus first, then I got this second, so I was kind of mad when I finally found this face mask. I was like, oh. Plan with your doctor. That's what you need to do. Set out a plan. And take it easy and just gradual. It's a gradual process. Your body's not like others. Maybe you have to take a warm-up longer, get your lungs ready. Maybe you need to do a little different stuff. I mean, whatever do you have to know your body. That's the best thing you have to do about asthma. You have to know your body more than other people. You have to know you have to know the ins and outs of your body, what makes it upset, get good night's sleep. That helps it too. Really hope this helped you guys. If you guys have any more tips, post them in the comments below. I'm always open, because I'm not a total expert, but I just hope I gave some of you guys tips to help you guys out there. Follow me on Twitter. I'm the Asthma Runner at Willie Mills 3. And you guys should look at the Running Jenny's videos and CC Runners. He's also a fellow asthmatic runner. So he runs marathons and stuff with his asthma, and he runs, actually I saw a video, he ran a 30-mile run the other day, and he has asthma, so asthma's not a hindrance. I told you at the beginning of my video, my fastest time. Don't become a hindrance, just move forward, and you will start dominating people who don't have asthma. And then you can use that to make it look like super good, like, hey, guess what? I can run this fast with asthma. And they're like, oh. And you're like, I'm a monster. Hope this helped you guys. Have a great day. Thanks for watching this video.